Barney Ross is approached by Mr. Church, the CIA man who recruited him and his fellow Expendables for many missions in the past. He tells Barney that there is a plane that went down in the former Soviet Union that he wants retrieved, and that all Barney has to do is fly over, grab whatever was on board, and bring it back. Easy money for the old team. But when one of their men is murdered on the job, the Expendables find themselves deep in enemy territory and up against an unexpected threat. Here is Blackwater Transit. The film opens with a Russian helicopter flying through a mountain pass, when suddenly it's hit by a surface-to-air missile and crashes. It lands hard, blowing its cargo out of the open hatch and into the river below. Sometime later, Barney Ross is relaxing at his boat when he's contacted by Mr. Church, who wants him to lead a mission into the mountains of Russia. Barney asks if it's more of the same old, but Church assures him that it'll be different this time. Then assembles his crew, consisting of Yin Yang, Hale, Caesar, Gunnar Jensen, and Toll Road, along with 2 new members, Margaret, a demolitions expert, and Knife, a sniper. Upon arrival, they are met by a mysterious woman named Maggie, who's been sent by Church to watch over Barney and make sure that he delivers what they came for. She takes them to the crash site, where they find that the fuselage of the helicopter is completely destroyed, but the cargo compartment is missing. And Yin Yang speculates that whoever shot down the helicopter must have taken it. So Barney radios Church for further instructions, but instead of getting an answer, he finds out that their contact has gone dark. As night sets in, the team prepares to search for survivors. However, they soon come under attack by a group of armed men led by a ruthless mercenary known as Vilain. In the ensuing firefight, one of the Expendables is killed, and the rest are forced to retreat. Back at base, Barney demands answers from Maggie about what they're really up against. But she refuses to say anything, claiming that she's not allowed to talk about it. This only makes Barney more determined to find out the truth. The next day, Barney and his team return to the crash site with reinforcements and are shocked to find that the cargo compartment is still missing. As they begin to search the area, they are ambushed by a group of Russian soldiers who open fire on them. Once again, Barney and his team fight back, taking out several of the soldiers, but they are still outgunned and outmanned. Just when things seem to be looking bleakest, though, the Russians break off the attack and retreat. With the coast clear, Barney and his team finally get a chance to search for the missing cargo. They soon find it and open it up to discover that it contains a small device that looks like a briefcase. Barney knows that they need to get out of there fast, so he and his team make a hasty retreat. Suddenly, one of the helicopters appears out of nowhere and flies right towards them. Barney barely manages to get out of the way in time as the helicopter crashes into the ground. When he turns around, he sees the pilot, who is revealed to be Maggie, climbing out of the wreckage. She explains that she was double-crossed by her own people and that the real mission was to retrieve the device. Now that they're both in this mess, Barney decides to help her out, and together, they make a run for it. Back at base, the team is debriefed by Mr. Church, who reveals that the device they were retrieving is actually a top-secret piece of technology that could change the balance of power in the world. He also reveals that Maggie was working for the CIA, and that she was double-crossed by a rogue agent. He apologizes for putting them in danger and offers to pay them triple if they go back and retrieve the device. However, Barney refuses, saying that they've already risked too much and that they're not going back. Church tries to persuade them, but Barney is adamant. He tells Church that he needs to do the right thing and that he keep lying to himself and his team. Church realizes that he's not going to be able to talk Barney out of it, so he gives them the location of a safe house where they can lay low until the heat dies down. Barney and his team arrive at the safe house only to find that it's already been compromised. They barely manage to escape with their lives and are forced to flee into the mountains. With no place to go and no way to contact anyone, Barney and his team are on the run. They have to rely on their survival skills to stay alive and evade their pursuers. Meanwhile, back at the safe house, Church is being tortured by the rogue agent who has him surrounded. He refuses to give up any information, though, and eventually, the agent loses patience and kills him. Barney and his team eventually come across a village where they hope to lay low. However, they soon realize that the villagers are in danger. It turns out that the rogue agent has taken control of the village and is using the villagers as human shields. Barney and his team spring into action and launch a surprise attack, taking out the rogue agent's men and freeing the villagers. The rogue agent tries to escape, but Barney catches up to him, and the two engage in a fierce hand-to-hand battle. In the end, Barney comes out on top, and he and his team take the rogue agent back to the village. The villagers are grateful for their help and offer them food and shelter. In return, Barney learns that the rogue agent is named Vilain, who leads a group known as the Songs. Vilain reveals that his group has taken all the men from the surrounding villages to work as slaves in a Russian plutonium storage mine. Barney is horrified to learn this, and vows to put an end to Vilain's reign of terror. However, before he can do anything, he is captured by Vilain's men and taken to the mine. At the mine, Barney is forced to work alongside the other slaves, but he never gives up hope of escaping. He knows that his friends will come for him eventually, and they do. In a thrilling rescue mission, Barney and the other Expendables take on the Sangs and free the slaves. In the final showdown, Barney confronts Vilain, and the two engage in a fierce battle. It's an evenly matched fight, but in the end, Barney comes out on top. He kills Vilain and the rest of the Sangs, bringing an end to their reign of terror. In the aftermath, Barney and the other Expendables are hailed as heroes. They are celebrated by the villagers and given gifts of food and supplies. Barney is especially touched by this because he knows that they have made a real difference in these people's lives. As the Expendables prepare to leave, they are met by a representative from the Russian government who thanks them for their help. He offers them a reward, but Barney refuses it. He tells the representative that they did what they did because it was the right thing to do, that no amount of money could compensate for that. The Expendables say their goodbyes to the villagers and head home. They know that they'll never forget their time in Russia and the brave people they met there. As the film ends, we see that the world is a little bit better because of Barney and his team. They may be mercenaries, but they're the kind of mercenaries that the world needs more of. So what do you think of Blackwater Transit? Let me know in the comments below.